Dave, 1-0 win, a win on BT Sports. Just give me your overall assessment of the season.
Obviously delighted to win. Happy with our performance. Would have liked it to be a whole lot more comfortable, which it should have been. But to be stood having 1-8 on the spinny is a really good achievement. So as much as I suppose as a coaching staff, it's our responsibility to be. You're looking for the perfect performance. I suppose the perfect performance comes if we score 4 or something like that, which probably would have been reflective of our domination of territory, if you like. So that, like I say, that's the only disappointment. But it's a really slight disappointment. Amazing to win and thoroughly deserved.
I was just about to say it could have been 4 or 5. Were you had your head in your hands at the chance, especially in the second half when Molyneux flashes the ball across and Luke Armstrong almost hits it backwards, and you just think, did it get to the point where you almost thought, well, Barnet are probably going to go on here, just the amount of chances we've missed?
It's hard because probably playing out there, you're a lot more comfortable than what you are sat on the side, being not able to do a whole lot about it. So you're always going to be, again, you always get more nervy sort of sat watching than you are being able to actually affect what's going on. We were pretty comfortable. Ben's not really had a great deal to do, but on the flip side, from our perspective, with the situations we've created, we've not made Lochi make enough saves, or we've not made Lochi put the ball out of his net as many times as what he should have. So we have to, like I say, we have to control that, and that's the one tiny criticism of our last 2 performances. We've done enough to take 6 points. We've taken 4 points, which is great. As the season progresses, when you get towards that back end, chances will become more of a premium, if you like. So whilst we're creating what we are at the moment, you get away with potentially not taking them all. We've got to do more and stick more away. But like I say, I'll probably become more concerned if we stop creating chances. There was really good play up to that last little bit, and like I say, that's a tiny bit that needs work on.
I was just going to say that. Does it worry you at all slightly? Because if we, no disrespect to Barnet, if we're playing against slightly better opposition and we're not putting away them chances, or we're relying too much on Luke Armstrong to be there all the time, does it worry you that games might not go our way?
I'm not sure worry is the word. People need to take more responsibility, and people need to step up. We've got players with enough quality to score goals, and if they continue, or we continue to not put those chances away, ultimately then players will become under pressure, and there'll be people sat either in the stand or on the bench going, hang on a minute, he's missing chances here, I want a chance. And that's when it becomes a situation where you have to look at what you've got. But again, you've just got, what you've got to not to do is panic by any stretch. You've got to be calm in the situation we are. Lots of balls were flashed across the box. There were, again, decision making processes could have been a little bit better at times, but any player that's in the, like I say, the top half of the pitch, and again with our system we're using at the minute, I'd include the wing backs in that, need to contribute to what we're doing in terms of goals, and even lads at the back end of the pitch, with the amount of, especially tonight, the amount of territory we're having, the amount of set pieces we're creating in terms of corners and free kicks, then we need to do a little bit more, and ask more questions, which again, it's great to have things that you need to be slightly better at when you've won 8 at home on the spin.
So many great individual performances out there, and such a great team performance, like to Shelton, and we'll get on to Armstrong, but Jamie Sterry, man of the match tonight. It'd be amazing to see how many touches the ball he actually had, because that right hand side especially, was that always in your thoughts with Sterry and Shelton and Armstrong always sitting, and Cass as well getting involved, but Sterry specifically was fantastic.
Yeah, not particularly. I think so when you go into the game, probably a little bit in the unknown in terms of what shape they'll play, how they'll line up personnel, because they're on the back of a disappointing performance and a disappointing defeat for them. So you need to have questions or get answers to questions within the first, or as early in the game as you can. It was quite obvious that from early in the game, from right at the start of the game, that we had opportunities down the right hand side, but also down the left hand side with Jono stepping in. Both him and Cass are comfortable enough to step in with the ball and create an overload. Cass, being naturally a sort of, or can do a job as a fullback, is more likely to be higher up and putting crosses in, whereas Jono's probably with Fergie's and support from behind a little bit. But the interplay between Cass and Jamie down this side, like you say, caused them problems, and was a really I suppose a fruitful area in terms of us being able to get opportunities. The one disappointment is that we didn't stick them opportunities away, but no, we provided a big threat, and we created good chances, and on another day hopefully we've saved them for potentially a day when we need them.
Just to mention of Lewis Cass, it kind of gone a little bit of the unsung hero this season, his birthday today as well, but how impressed have you been with him and his progression probably since he's come back from his injury as well, and being able to play in different positions as well?
Yeah, it's again with every loan signing you make, there's always going to be a gamble. It's a first loan for him, so you go from playing under 21s football where you're pretty guarded and pretty sort of sheltered in terms of the meaning of the games, to coming into this environment where you are tested week in, week out, and it's pretty sort of rough and tumble at times, and 3 points is massively important. And I think he obviously played as you would with a young player. To be fair, you'd expect 8 to 10 games, you go in and everything's rosy and everything's going your way, and then all of a sudden things happen that set you back a little bit. And before he went out of the team injured, he had, by his own admission, he had two poor games, and you're going to have a lull, you're going to have a drop off. Again, on reflection, that probably came at a really good time for him, in the fact you go out the team with a bit of a niggle. You've had a couple of poor games, it allows you to reflect on what you've done, reflect on where you need to improve and get better. You have a chance to watch the team and watch games, what's going on, and he's come back in, and probably the role we're asking him to do is perfect for him. I'm not sure he'll be he won't be a sort of dominant centre back in a two, and in terms of him as a right back, again, he does a job at a right back and can sit in a back four. Going forward, he has enough quality, but I think, like I say, playing at that right side of a three and being able to step in and also doing his defensive job, I think, like I say, is tailor-made for him, and he's really come on and developed since being in that position.
Another man that we seem to talk about every single week, Luke Armstrong, getting his goal again. Definitely should have had 2, probably could have had 3. 9 goals I make it for the season. Is it just a case of when you talk to the likes of Ferguson and Stowe, you just put the ball in the area and you know who's going to be there?
Yeah, not all the time. I think today, certainly early on, we were guilty of putting the ball in when potentially there were better passes on. Certainly down this side, the goal is the prime example, really. I think earlier than that, we'd put balls in when we had one player in the box, and there were opportunities to roll it down the side of the fullback to get in areas in and around the penalty area to give you a better chance of scoring, which was the case. But listen, in the main, he'll be within the width of the goal, and that's where, and what we've been telling them, most of your goals are scored from there. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that out. The art that he has is being in there when the ball arrives and being in there at the right time, and that's something that can be worked on. I'm not sure it can be absolutely taught, but it, like I say, it doesn't take a great deal. I think that the one where, again, I'm not sure who gets down the side here, maybe Jamie, and flashes one across. Again, we need to have people believing that ball's going to go in, and Oatsy needs to get more of them goals, and even potentially from the other side, Fergie should be coming in. We spoke to Gav about continuing to get in there, and Shelts obviously had lots of chances Tuesday night in terms of his runs into the box. So we're getting ourselves in there. We just need to, I suppose, master the timing of it to get ourselves some more goals as a group.
Just finally, 8 wins in a row here at Victoria Park. You must absolutely love playing here, don't you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's an amazing record. It really is. Like I say, it creeps up on you without really knowing, I suppose, without supporters being in here. But to win, like I say, to win 8 games of football is a huge achievement. To win them on the spin here is brilliant. He's looking forward to number 9.
Dave, thanks very much.
Cheers, thank you.